In order to make a business as effective as possible, it is vital that the business chooses a suitable location that will have the most positive impact on the business. In this video, we will cover the factors that impact where the business decides to locate and the effect this has on the success of the business. There are three key influences on where a business decides to locate. These are proximity. How close does the business need to be to the market, labour, materials and competitors? Which one of these is most important to the business? The next is the nature of the business activity. What does the business do? Is it in retail, a service or manufacturing? We will look at why these would impact the decision of where to locate next. The final influence is the internet. How does the internet impact on where a business decides to locate? Do they even need a physical location at all? Let's have a look at each one of these factors in detail and how they influence location decisions. The first influence a business needs to consider is proximity. Proximity means how close something is to something else. Getting proximity right can have an impact on both sales and the image of the business. One factor a business needs to consider is its proximity to the market. Basically, how close does the business need to be to its customers? The importance of this will depend on the type of business being run. For example, a fish and chip shop will want to be located close to its customers as they are required to visit the premises to purchase the product, and will therefore need to choose a location where their target market is able to purchase the product most conveniently. This means they tend to locate themselves near local residents or by the seaside, where the customers and the demand is. Whereas a graphic designer does not need direct access to their customers, and therefore proximity to the market has less of an influence on where this type of business will decide to locate. Another factor is the business's proximity to labour. How close are suitably skilled employees to the business's location? This is an important factor for most companies, as they want to be located closely to people with the right skills to employ within their business. It is important to be close to high quality labour or to be located in an area where potential employees can easily travel to. This is one reason why tech companies such as Google locate their headquarters in Silicon Valley, California, as this is where coders and designers are educated and trained by some of the best universities, therefore making this a desirable place for tech companies to locate. Google doesn't need to be close to their customers, however they do need some of the best employees for the success of the business. Proximity to materials. It's important for some businesses to be located close to raw materials, as this will save them vast amounts of money in transportation and storage costs. This makes logical sense for manufacturers, however, has little influence on businesses such as Starbucks, as they do not need to be close to where their coffee beans are grown. It's much more influential to be close to their customers. Proximity to competitors. The initial reaction is to think that businesses need to be located as far away as possible from competitors, so customers will have less alternatives to choose from. However, for some businesses, due to the nature of needing to be close to their target market, it's unlikely they can avoid their competition, as both businesses are looking for the most profitable locations. Again, Starbucks will have little option to locate themselves away from their competition, as other coffee shops will also find the same locations appealing. When considering proximity as a factor, depends heavily on which factor is most important / valuable to the business. Usually, the type of business activity will impact what the business requires from its location. The nature of the business activity is what the business does. For example, if the business activity is retail, then it will most likely want to be located close to customers. When looking at Starbucks, they are located in busy areas, in city centres, or in places where there are a lot of commuters, such as railways or airports, in an attempt to make as much profit as possible. As covered previously, the issue with this approach to location is that these are also attractive locations to competitors and will mean competitors are close by. If the nature of your business is a service, then the decision made regarding location will also mean that you would potentially want to be close to customers. However, the type of service will determine how close you need to be located to your market. It's important for window cleaners and hairdressers to be located closer to their market, whereas some services may not even need to be in the same country as their customers, such as graphic designers or call centres. Therefore, the business may choose to locate themselves out of town or where they have access to cheap labour, which in turn saves the business money. Manufacturing. Being a manufacturer generally means that being close to customers is less of a priority, meaning they will consider other factors such as proximity to raw materials and labour when making location decisions. Manufacturers are usually located out of town in industrial estates where rents are cheaper and infrastructure is better for transporting and receiving goods. An effective transport network enables staff to get to work more easily. It also allows supplies to be delivered and finished products to be moved to market cheaply and quickly. Undoubtedly, the internet has had an impact on most aspects of business, one of which is where a business decides to locate. The internet's impact on location is that a physical premises may not be required at all. E-commerce is making a physical location less important, as operating online without a physical premises has certain benefits such as low operating costs, access to a larger market so you can sell goods around the world, the ability to operate 24/7, and also flexible working hours. This is fast becoming the option of choice for new businesses. The impact of this is that no physical location may be required at all. However, some businesses may decide to have both an online presence and a physical location in order to reap the benefits of both. This approach is known as bricks and clicks. Nike are a prime example of taking a bricks and clicks approach, as they have decided that an online and physical presence will be most beneficial for them. Thanks for listening. I hope you now understand the factors that influence a business's decision of where to locate and how the right location can make the business more effective. If you want to have a go at applying this knowledge, then download the task sheet in the description, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weekly business studies videos. See you next time.